Hey everybody, it's Wednesday. You know what that means. Yes, that's right. It's time for Sarcastic Distractions, the interesting podcast for interesting people. Featuring, as always, the Gentleman Society of Podcasting. Myself, Harvey.
I'm Chris.
At your service.
This is permanent now, isn't it?
He is always
okay,
at my service.
That's true. I am. I'm at your service.
Services quite well.
My heterosexual life mate, Dave.
Yellow.
Can I do that?
I didn't do it.
You did not do that?
No, of course not.
Okay.
Of course not. I'm a good boy.
He wasn't even at the scene of the crime.
His neighbor did it.
That's right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that other person.
His neighbor did it.
Yeah, that other person.
And the ever-loving, ever-serviceable AJ.
You know, some people just don't know when they're not wanted.
Ouch.
Oh, wow.
Ow.
Whoa. Jeez, got dark.
You're very wanted, AJ. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. We want you.
What? We want you, AJ.
Guy.
AJ.
We want
And
you.
if we don't, we got some links in our description.
Oh, yeah. Ouch.
Fucking guy.
Fucking gay. You know, because of that soundbite, I say that all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking gay.
Fucking.
Yeah. It also helps that I'm surrounded by idiots most times, but besides the point.
What?
And that's not what we're talking about today.
That's not what
at
we're
all.
talking
Well,
about. We're talking
actually,
about-
Jason, it kind of is.
I don't know. We're talking about idiots, and if we're talking about cell phones,
that's
I know.
true.
I think they
That's true.
kind of do make people into idiots. So yes, we are talking about cellular telephones.
Cells.
Celly. You're selling.
Silly. Give me the digits.
the digis. Give me the digis. Yeah, we're going to talk about history, I guess. I don't know if we're going to talk about the full
Well, our
history, but at
experiences.
least
Yeah, I
our
would say
experiences.
If you
I
have a
didn't come
cell phone
prepared
in
with
jail,
history.
Is it a celly?
Pardon me?
If you have a cell phone in jail,
Brum,
is it a celly?
I would imagine so. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course so,
Yeah.
for sure. And if it was brought in with what they call a prison purse,
Okay, but say eventually you can get to this.
they call it a prison purse.
Putting something
Then
in
it
your
would be
bum.
called a rectum celly, is what it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
More
So-
on the topic of cell
Anyways.
phones.
You know the funny thing? I'm gonna a little anecdote before we
Yeah, of course.
before we get no. It's this
get
has to
distracted
do-
before we
this
get
has- no,
distracted.
This has to do with.
Oh, okay.
This
All
has
right.
kind of. It's adjacent. The first time I ever heard of and or met Dave, this Dave,
This one
our
here.
Dave,
Our Dave.
you were talking about the fact that he was gonna get a brand new Android phone.
Yes.
This Android phone that's coming out.
way back.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, because he's notorious for not getting rid of his phones. Like he usually holds on to them.
See, I didn't know that. I thought he was like a techie guy.
Well, no.
He was
So-
all into like, oh, this is really cool. I'm gonna get this phone because nobody else had one of them.
No, that was true. Again, it's one of those over time, yes, I have changed, but that's much like cell phones overall. Like,
Right.
Again, we're fortunate because we grew up without them,
Right.
experienced them coming into play, and what they are today.
For sure.
Because
yeah.
again, like
Because this would have been at the advent of like the iPhone or whatever, right?
correct. This was Google.
So we were
just
all like
trying
using
to catch
fucking Blackberries and
Yeah.
Sony
Yeah.
Ericssons
Yes.
and shit like that. But Dave was gonna get an Android phone. I was like,
Yep.
looked at you as an Android phone. What the fuck is that?
Yes.
Is that like
I
some
did.
Transformer phone
Yeah.
or some shit?
Yeah, well, like he's tech-wise, Dave, if I may, he's always been slightly ahead of the curve. Like he's,
up. I was.
yeah,
Now I'm
maybe
elder
not
in my
now, but
years.
like he taught me about Linux-based systems and
Yeah.
and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
And when he did get an Android phone, it
I
was like
loved
the
it.
new fandangled thing, and I'm like, no way.
It's the first time I ever heard about your buddy Dave.
No, I will admit. So I guess we'll jump right into that. But
And
yes,
then I met the Jesus.
I was very Jesus
Right,
at that
right.
time.
Jesus chooses.
Yeah, no, I will admit the original Android, which I actually bought from Google.
Yep.
Because that was the way to get it back then. I loved it. I loved it to no end. I had that thing for, I think I had it forever. And the only reason I actually had to get a new one was I dropped it, and it was one of those that hit the side corner.
Oh, yeah.
And this is way before, not way before, but before the really good phone packaging. Like you get the little extra bubble. Like I've dropped my current phone like
There was-
5 bajillion times.
There was
Oh,
no
for sure.
OtterBox back then.
Oh
Right,
yeah.
right,
So
yeah.
when I accidentally dropped it, that was it. It was done.
Damn.
Yeah. But I love that phone. I paid at the time. I think it was almost $1,000 for it, and it got shipped from the States here. And I had to do the whole chippy thing. And of course, back then it existed, but it was challenging. I still remember the fucking data plans and shit. Oh.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, I hated that.
Because that wasn't even it was a thing, but it was even for
Oh, it was super
for
expensive.
like,
Insanely expensive.
Yeah.
Way before Wi-Fi.
We'll hit all that.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
let's
yeah.
go back to. So I just
Sure.
wanted to share that
yeah.
anecdote. Was the first time I ever
That's pretty fun.
heard of Dave. was in regards to a cell phone.
That's amazing.
That
Yeah, 'cause
was a
would've been
couple decades ago.
That was would have been early mid
would've been
2000s,
15
right?
years.
At least 15 years ago.
Yeah, a
'cause
little
I've been
over
with,
15.
I've been with my wife for 12.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
over
So it was
15.
probably a year or two before.
Yeah.
Right. That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot. I'll admit I don't remember the exact time because before that I had a company. I can't remember. I don't know the exact model of BlackBerry. It was one that I had from a corporate perspective, and it was a flip BlackBerry.
Oh, nice.
I had one of those.
Oh, it was
It was
awful.
the BlackBerry
hated,
Pearl.
Yep,
I
I had those too.
hated that fucking thing so much.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, I much
awful.
prefer the
It was
candy
terrible.
bar
Yeah,
one.
I never
too.
actually had one of them. Sadly,
Wow.
yeah, personally, I've
Oh,
never
no,
had one.
we'll get to that. Let's
sure.
Oh, we have to keep going back further?
Go through history. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What was your
well,
first cell
I was
phone?
just gonna say, what's everyone's first cell phone?
So we've actually covered my two.
Right.
Yeah. So I have to admit, the first time I ever had a cell phone was that crazy flippy BlackBerry through corporate.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I never had when I was younger. Because again, when I was younger,
They
I
weren't
have
a thing.
well, it wasn't quite a big thing. It was still newish. And back then it was more pagers. And who had pagers?
Right. I had one. I had a pager.
I had a pager.
Well, no. And let's be clear. Out of the two of you, why did you have pagers?
Well, I won one. I won it. So that's why I had one.
I worked at a store that
Yeah.
sold pagers.
It wasn't like we went out and
and
sought them
cell phone
out.
plans.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
For I have to admit, because at least I always remember in high school, the peeps that had pagers, they were the druggy dealers.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
for sure.
I wasn't a drug
That's
dealer.
right. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, I never had a pager. My dad had one, but I never did personally.
Because your dad was a really great drug dealer.
Yes, he
He's
was.
dead,
Yes,
yeah,
he was.
My dad had like one of those he had an old school pager for work because he was a he flew water bombers.
Mm.
Oh,
He
right,
was,
right.
he was an
right.
air firefighter.
Yeah.
So he was a firefighter.
He fought air.
He fought fire in
He
the
fought
air.
the fire
Fought
in the
air
air.
fires.
Sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
air fires.
But he
Good
had
Lord.
like this pager that it wasn't digital or anything, so it was like a brick with a speaker in it and like a switch on the top.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that was like it.
Yeah.
And it would vibrate and then make like a beeping sound, and then there would actually be like a message that would come through the fucking pager.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like they'd leave a message on this special phone number, I guess, that was
Really?
attached to the pager,
Yeah.
and then it'd be like, oh, so and so, you got to get to this place by this time or whatever, right?
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Huh.
because of like a forest fire.
Yeah,
broke
yeah,
out
I
or some
gotcha.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shit.
it was crazy.
Yeah, I had a pager on the way when they were pretty much almost
Me
gone.
too. Yeah, mine was like this tiny little
Yeah.
silver thing
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Rogers.
Yeah.
I bet you I still have it somewhere.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. But no, my first phone, I think it was a Qualcomm. Could have been something before that, but I don't remember.
The flippy version?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I will admit, mine it was described with that old school flippy. I have to admit,
Yeah.
when I see them now, the old school flippies, part of me is almost like, David, let's go back to that day.
Oh yeah.
Just the simple flippies.
People do that now. They call them dumb phones.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
people are doing
Yeah.
that again. They're going back
Yeah.
to, phones before they were so smart.
Well, and we'll get to what phones are now.
Oh,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
not.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Phones and loose.
Yeah,
said
phones.
loosely.
I'm
Yeah,
air quoting right
exactly,
now,
exactly.
listeners.
Yeah, so I had that phone, but I remember what I hated at that time with that phone in particular was I felt bamboozled because I bought it off a carrier at the time, Rogers or whoever. Yeah, and it was a shitty phone.
Hoodwink.
And the plans, man, like they weren't so easy to understand back then. All of a sudden,
No.
you're
Oh,
racking
they're
up
not
much
fucking
better
now.
hundreds. Well, it's
Okay,
no,
fine.
you're right.
They're a
They're
bit better now.
super simple now.
There's
Compared.
much
They're
simpler.
dumb, ridiculously
Compared.
simple. And they're
Like,
I
giving
mean, don't
you,
get me wrong; they still nickel and dime you, obviously.
Oh, God. Like Canadian cell phones
Yeah, it's
compared to
garbage.
even the Yankees?
Oh, it's
Fuck,
bad.
we suck.
It's bad. We suck. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no joke. We're getting hosed. Like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
happening for sure.
Even
but,
today.
But
More
back
so
then,
back then.
like
I
you're
don't know,
paying
man.
well because you're like you don't know when you're over in your data,
Oh,
and all of
yeah,
a sudden
yeah.
you fucking your bill, which is only supposed to be like $60, goes up to $140.
What are you
like
talking
what
about
the fuck?
data back then?
Yeah,
There was
well,
no data back
No, I
then.
had a
What are
little
you
bit of data
talking
on. I
about?
was able to check like the
Text
weather,
messages.
a news page.
Okay, so
Text messages. Remember
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
charged
yeah.
for text
Yeah, yeah.
messages?
we had very few options. We had two places that sold Rogers, and then there was a place that sold like a local. It was the Kenora mobile telephone system. It's called
Okay.
KMTS, and so my old man went with that. And he got a family package. We got two phones,
Nice.
and we had it was a Motorola E650, so it was like a big gray brick thing. about yay big that had like a flip down front.
Yeah, I have that in my head.
that was my old man's phone.
Nice.
And then I had a Motorola StarTAC.
Oh, I remember those
so the
things.
little black flip.
Yeah.
That looked like the fucking communicators from
Star Trek.
Yeah. That was my first cell phone.
Hilarious.
So that was like way before data, way before texting,
I'll
way
say,
before
yeah.
any of that shit.
That's when you actually used a cell phone for phoning.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's all it was good for.
Yeah.
So those were mine. And then I worked at the store I ended up working at sold like phones and Rogers plans and stuff. And we actually got one of the first, like, it was almost like a sidekick.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a Motorola thing that you flipped up the screen. It was like this little keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked like this tiny little laptop sort of thing. Yeah.
That's cool.
And it had this attachment you put in the back to like use as a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fucking bad. It was bad. It was lame.
Bad times.
The challenging
It was
days.
lame. But
Yeah.
I've had quite a few cell phones.
I think we all have now.
Well,
and
even
then
back then, I had quite a few.
I used
I've
back-to-back
two or three
Blackberries
at
after
least.
that. But yeah, no, I didn't have phones really early on. I think the Qualcomm might have been the first. Wasn't a priority back then.
I had Kyocera,
Oh yeah, remember that thing?
and there was this little one that was like a slider.
Yeah,
It was this little purple thing that you stood the front up.
yeah,
It was crazy.
so fun.
I have to admit, I always love watching the old movies, especially from the late '90s, early 2000s. You see them with the phones. Oh, I love that.
Or like
nostalgia.
fucking
Oh,
Zach
yeah.
Morris phone.
Zach Morris. Yeah.
Big fucking
Hell yeah.
white.
I used to
that
think
thing,
that was
yeah.
cool, but now looking back, I'm like, that would have sucked
well, at that
always-
time.
I always
at the
thought
time. Yeah,
car phones were cool.
they were cool.
Oh yeah.
I was wondering how they worked back in the olden times too, like because
Aliens, obviously.
Oh no, they were
when I
sold.
worked
Yeah.
at their store,
Hmm.
we had a bag phone,
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Car phone,
Mhm.
bag, but it was in a
Essentially.
bag and you could like take it out of your car or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It's
keep
a
it.
portable car phone.
But it worked as with like an antenna,
Uh-huh.
like the big
Yeah.
black antenna.
Go gadget antenna.
But how did they work back in the like 80s and shit? Or even in like the 70s? Like, you know, we see movies, people in a fucking limousine and they'd have a phone.
Well, I'm sure they had some sort
Like,
of.
is
think
that
it
like a
had to-
satellite phone or
Oh.
like sat phones
Oh.
or some shit?
Could be.
I honestly don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe
Because I know
it was.
cellular technology has been around since the like 60s or 70s.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's
been a
been
long
around.
time,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, even now, you look at cell phones. Like the only thing that really takes up the space on cell phones now are batteries.
Right.
Yeah, the rest of it's that is like in the
Right.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
As soon
thumbprint.
as soon as we find like a more efficient, smaller battery, then
Well, no, that's one thing. And again,
Thing.
part of it is maybe age, but like I can't remember the exact time, but I remember an old lovely phone that I had to literally keep it in constantly because it had maybe 30 minutes of battery life. It was always the joke. It was a company phone, so I never got replacement because it was company wide. But
Right.
you know, it's just one of those. I always remember the joke. Yep, if I'm late getting home or late getting to work, well, I won't be reachable.
That's true. Yeah, I remember when my BlackBerry was very broke those days, and I had one of those like evenings and weekends plans. Remember those things? where-
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah, and like the trick was you only get charged if you use your minutes during the day. So the
Yeah.
trick was you couldn't talk during the day. 'Cause
Correct.
You eat up your whole time.
No talking, no text messages,
Right, now that- yeah,
nothing
no,
at all.
nothing at all.
Text
yeah.
messages used to be like what 10 cents.
I think,
fucking
10
message or
cents,
some
yeah.
silly thing.
Something of that, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, much like the phone time, right? I remember the same thing where if you were allowed to send text messages, yeah, evenings and weekends.
Right.
That's totally
That was
okay.
it. Yeah.
That's our new service to you.
Right? remember
What a
remember
gem.
fucking Pay As You Go?
Oh, yeah, that's a
Do they even still have that?
I think
Is
it
that
still
even a
exists, yeah.
thing?
Yeah, I think so.
It has
I remember
to,
when
yeah.
you had used to
Gotta have-
used to
you gotta
be
have a
able to
burner
go
phone.
fuck-
I was gonna
You'd
say,
go
it's
get
gotta
the
have burner
card and
phones.
scratch off the code.
yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
I have to admit, you know what's funny though? I really should have done research on this. I would not be surprised if you can go get a burner phone like that for what, $100 maybe.
I bet you even less.
Well,
I know
for the
they
phone
used to, they
too.
used to sell them at gas
Yeah, I bet you
stations.
even less. I bet you
Really?
could get it for like $20.
The phone included.
Uh-huh.
Next time you're in a gas station, look.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look. Oh, next
Take
time
a
I'm
look.
at 7-Eleven or something like that. Yeah, I'm
That's
not
the
kidding,
only
dude.
places I've ever seen something
Because
like
I've
that.
seen maybe $20 might be a little too low,
Maybe
but I've
50
seen them.
$50.
Yeah, $50. I think you can get it burner phone. for that.
Really?
Yeah.
The phone included.
Yeah, I
a
think
whole
so.
burner phone.
They're
I almost-
terrible phones.
Well, I don't
yeah,
care.
they're
You
not
know,
like
I don't care. I almost want to get one just for the giggles.
just to get off the fucking grid. You just
You call your wife or something from like an unlisted
Oh
number.
God, I could do so many horrible
Oh,
things
you
with that
could.
phone.
You
Find a
could.
voice changer.
Hence the need for a
Yeah.
burner phone.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
I hope she doesn't listen to this so I can like really take forward my evil
She
plan.
doesn't listen to this.
She doesn't listen to me ever.
That's right.
It's okay.
So,
She mutes the parts where Dave talks.
Well, no, she mutes me in general. I understand this.
She hears us talking just fine, like hi, hello,
Right.
and then when Dave,
Exactly.
why are these two dudes talking to a Charlie Brown character?
Yeah.
I've had many a cell phones, even before the smartphone era.
Yeah.
Really?
I got into the like Sony Ericsson pretty good.
Oh yeah, I had one of those.
I had
That was
I
a
think I
gr-
talked about it the other day.
That was a great flip phone, that Ericsson.
I had that. I had it was like
Yeah.
a Walkman phone.
Yeah.
I had
was
that one.
Fucking great. Those headphones were boss.
Yeah.
Holy.
Oh, fuck yeah.
For in like packaged in phones with the with the telephone
Well,
itself.
it's because they had the
Wow.
proprietary like little thing that you plugged in
Right.
the bottom, right?
Unbelievable.
And then I had a Sony one that was it was like a camera. I talked about this the other day on the podcast.
That's all self.
It was literally like no, but it was like literally
A camera.
a fucking camera. It had a Carl Zeiss lens in it.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah,
Like, it was a fucking camera with a phone on the back of it. Yeah, it was. Oh, it's the best fucking. It was the best one.
Yeah.
And then I got the
But you don't have that anymore.
No, you have to admit, no, I never had that many phones.
Mhm.
Like I have to admit, like since 2000, pretty much just a touch after 2000. But after I graduated college, I've always had a phone since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I've never really had different versions. I have to admit, personally.
Yeah, I went through a phase. I had those kind of cruddy ones. The Ericsson, I really loved it when I had it. It was my first really great phone. The Blackberries were
For the time,
For
like
the
as I
time,
said,
they're
like
fine.
I always
Yeah.
wanted the fancier one, but I never got one. I was just too a little late to the party.
what I liked about the Blackberry was I was able to hack it. That was the first phone I was able to learn how to go and fuck with the BIOS and
Gotcha.
miss all with the,
My original Android that I talked about, I did hack that one as well myself. But back then it was a lot simpler, though.
Yeah.
Compared to nowadays.
And I love doing that. I love modding, that sort of shit. And that was my time with BlackBerry. And then I think after that, my first I guess Blackberries were smartphones.
Ish.
technically, yeah, you could kind of get, but the whole getting on the internet thing was like dumb slow. I could do
Right.
that with the Sony that I had that was like not a touch screen or anything.
Right.
I could get on the internet and like look at Facebook, kinda.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think it
school
would show-
Facebook apps.
Yeah, I don't think it
remember
would.
those.
It wasn't even an app. It was
Yeah.
before apps. Like, you actually just went through the web browser on the phone.
Yeah.
And then I don't think it showed pictures or anything. It was just text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah. I had I remember one of those, like an old black phone, and the only game it had was Snake on it.
Oh man, that'd be like a Nokia
Something,
5150
I
or
think it
some
was.
shit.
Yeah, holy shit, dude.
I used to
Holy
sell
fuck.
this shit,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, you know your phones.
your
I admit,
shit.
I have never been that deep.
I used to be able to go in and program people's phones, like with different phone numbers and shit like that, because I knew the code. There was a specific numerical code that you had to push in, like
Dang.
11111 star 11 star 1 star or some stupid shit, right?
Yeah.
And then you could actually get into the programming of the phone
Yeah.
and like
nice.
fuck with their shit.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know.
Nice.
I don't think that's a thing anymore.
I don't think so.
Oh,
My-
no, yeah. Phones are quite different nowadays.
No, insanely so.
It'd
But
be more
also
of a-
kind of the same. Like
plug it in your
my
computer.
first like
Yeah.
smartphone after a BlackBerry was the HTC One, I think, and like it was fine. And then I kind of learned more about bloatware because I ended up getting like a Samsung Galaxy. But before then, I think was my first time in China. No. I ended up getting one, but I ended up getting a knockoff one in China because I found one for like it was super cheap. I'm like, oh, they all work at the same. They don't.
They
They don't.
They don't.
They don't. It was not the best financial decision for sure.
Yeah, that's part of the
Yeah.
life's learning lesson.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you learn what's good and knockoff and what's not. You know? And I don't know if I recommend cell phones. At least those ones back in the day.
I think my first smartphone was an LG Pop,
Oh, nice.
like my first touch screen
Yeah.
smart. It wasn't very good.
Yeah. I will admit, I think I started with a Samsung. I've always had Samsungs, and I continue.
Yeah.
I'm
So
a fan.
I
I have
like
one
them.
now, and I'm a fan.
Yeah,
Actually-
they work. They do what I expect.
I wish I could get a Sony though. I would still love to get a Sony cell
Sony
phone.
makes phones, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah. They
I
do.
didn't
you
know
just
they
have to
still
like
did.
pay full price. For
Yeah,
them.
yeah, no one
I
did.
wish I could get them through the plan, and
Right.
Is
I-
there something
I hate
special
doing
about
that.
Sonys?
they're just good.
Oh,
or they
okay.
used to be anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, they
I
made
don't
great
know if
phones.
they're- but yeah,
I always
they're
wanted
making good
Sony's
phones.
PlayStation phone they had back in the day. Like that would have been cool.
Oh, I remember that one.
You
Yeah,
could
yeah,
slide
yeah,
up and
yeah.
it's got like a PlayStation.
It's basically like
controller.
a PSP.
Yeah, pretty
Ah.
much. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
PSP with a phone.
Yeah,
So Sony was really good at making things that had phones,
Yeah.
not phones that had things.
things. Yeah,
Like their cameras have always been really good.
yeah. Make great
Like
cameras.
what was it, the Xperia
Yep,
line? That's I got into that. I had a couple of those, like the X1 and the X2.
nice. I got tired of bloatware and shit. That's why I hate getting phones from carriers. Typically,
I find that it's better now, actually.
it is, but because I now using a phone from a carrier, I have I have noticed the difference from years of not.
Hmm.
And it's like, oh, it was noticeable when I started using this.
But
one.
what's the like? I understand you get their specific apps like to look at your bill.
Oh, the
and shit
Samsung
like that.
Market.
Yeah.
Or there's
whatever
the
it's
Samsung.
called.
Yeah,
Right.
wouldn't that come with any Samsung phone?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. If you buy it elsewhere, you can probably get it not stock.
Well,
I
I
But-
would, I would
but to
figure
be
that
fair-
the Samsung stuff is like
to be-
Windows shit.
to be
right? Like,
fair,
it's on your fucking
Samsung
it's on
makes
your install.
Great phones.
Whereas
Yeah.
like you don't get the Rogers stuff or the Virgin stuff. Like I have, if I go into my phone right now,
Right.
the first thing that's at the top of my menu is my Virgin shit.
Yeah.
Because that's the
Yeah, maybe the
have it,
Samsung
right?
market's there. I wouldn't. No, I've never bought a
So like
Samsung
any of the
phone
Samsung
outside of
apps and stuff like that, I feel would still be.
possibly.
You can still
Like what phones have you purchased directly from? Let's say
The HTC, the Samsung, Galaxy S1 or 2.
well, that's back in the day.
Oh yeah, and then
They're up to
the
24
3.
now.
I know. Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
I got out after the 3 or 4, and those were all from carriers.
I think it
And
was the 5 that was like blowing up in people's pockets and shit.
think so. Yeah.
The battery would get.
So when I got fed up, that's when I learned about the company OnePlus, and then the Chinese company, and my friend from China brought me back one, and I loved it to death. And then I went to the OnePlus 5, and they were both bought outside, and there's no, I don't have to tell you, like it's just a freer experience. It's quicker, snappier. Even now, my OnePlus 5 is faster than my current Samsung A53.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, not a question. Don't get me wrong. Like it's an 9-year-old phone, so it's got issues, right? It's got battery issues. It's got certain issues, but like
certain
when
apps aren't going to work because it can't update to that.
right, exactly. I haven't had that problem yet, but I'm sure that is coming, right? But the thing is, when I go to like fuck around and shit, like it's immediately faster on the OnePlus 5.
That's how I feel about my Huawei.
Yeah,
I got a Huawei P30.
Huawei getting spied on right now.
Well, possibly.
Possibly.
I don't have it on me, but the fucking camera on that motherfucker
Yeah.
is the best cell phone camera I've ever used in
Damn.
my entire life.
Like you'll never get rid of it.
No,
Yeah.
I've got it stashed just for if I'm.
If you need a good
if I,
camera.
just
like,
for photos.
Like if I go to the fucking aquarium, like when I go to the zoo with my kid for his
sure.
birthday, I'll probably take it and use
Yeah.
that as my camera.
Nice.
Like it's the fucking best camera.
Yeah.
The phone, like now there's certain things that you can't even use on it, or download or whatever. I think like even like Netflix is like, no, we're not gonna. It's too old of an Android version. We're not gonna fuck with your shit.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, the camera app and the camera itself, like the lens, it must be obviously it's the lens or whatever. But holy shit, man! Yeah,
That's amazing.
really fucking good.
There
So
you
I
go.
was always like, you know what?
Wait.
If the Chinese want to spy on me, that was a weird experience for a phone though, because I've never had a phone or a company want so much information for their own quote unquote apps.
Yeah.
Right? Like Samsung has their own apps or whatever.
Yeah,
but yeah. Huawei was like, no, you want to use ours. You
yeah.
want to use our stuff.
Yeah.
You wanna use that. I was
Come
like,
on, AJ. You
Yeah.
want to
Oh
use
yeah,
ours.
it was fucking crazy.
AJ, who is
It was-
27 years old, male,
That's
lives in
probably
this
what
room.
No, I got it later. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, one of the greatest phone
Nice.
cameras
How the
I've
hook you.
ever fucking
So look
used.
at you. Come to our side. We got a great camera for you.
Right?
Yeah.
But I mean, nowadays, really, who's not
They're all good.
listening and spying?
Well, that's
Oh,
the
well, that
thing.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. Like, I don't think any of our information is private anymore.
Yeah.
I don't. I
Like
think
my
it's all
dad
out
was
there
saying
now.
something the other day about he keeps sending me these videos, and I'm like, I'm not into that kind of thing. It's all like conspiracy kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But one of them was talking about how like he was like, oh, this video is saying how like the internet's going to be run by AI, and they're going to know all your information, and they're going to know more about you than you know about you. And I'm like, dude,
they already
that's
do.
happening.
It's happening.
You and I having this conversation on
It's
Facebook
already-
Messenger
yeah.
right now
Right.
is being read by somebody else somewhere in the world.
I always love the, they're always listening. Of course they are. Say, okay, Google, and see your phone reaction.
Exactly.
Dude.
Your phone son of a bitch.
Mine went off.
Yeah, everybody's went off. You just say those words.
Right?
Oh my God.
But they're never listening, really.
Oh, really?
Never, no. Not at all. No.
But yeah, that's now today's phone. I have to admit, though, like speaking of phones, like I've had this phone for 7-8 years.
Yeah.
And I'll get a new one once this one breaks.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to get a new one sooner than later.
Oh, I'm gonna get a new one every time
But
my
no.
plan says, "Hey, you can upgrade your phone for free."
I'll buy my next one outright because I'm like you. I'd rather hang on to it for a long ass time. I might splurge in. I don't know what I'm gonna get, but I don't.
Yeah,
I don't like
I don't know.
being with
To me,
carriers.
phones are now.
I like being able to walk away when I need to walk
You
away.
can get one of the Pablo Escobar phones.
Wow, fuck!
I told you about that,
Yeah,
right?
you
We
did.
talked about that.
Yeah,
right?
we talked.
I want that phone.
The
No, like I
Pablo
have to admit,
Escobar
phones
phone.
are just—it's no different than the old school home phones.
You know
that's
what?
what I see cell phones as now.
Yeah,
They're the same thing.
Yeah.
Sure, you have different versions. Oh my God, you got a touch instead of
yeah.
a rotary. That's amazing.
They're
Great,
ubiquitous
but-
now, right? Like I was saying this to someone the other day. It's great that we now live in a time that, typically speaking, people don't steal cell phones anymore because everyone's got
Nobody
one.
steals
No
them.
one steals them. Like,
I've
I mean,
heard
it does
I've
happen,
heard.
but it's not like as common as it
But
once
the fact
was.
that you can lock your phone from like a computer,
Yeah,
now, or,
exactly,
like,
right.
all that kind of stuff. Is,
kind of no
I
point.
cannot picture a phone getting stolen in this day and age.
The only way I could see it is if like someone got like a special edition or some sort of really whatever kind, or it's a high-end item, and then someone wants
The
it
only
and they're looking
perception
for it.
I have is there's just some asshole out there, and he doesn't steal your phone, takes it and smashes it just to piss you off.
There's that too. There's
Yeah,
also
that
people
I
that
see
are
more.
trying to steal identities, and they'll try to do that from a phone.
Yep.
So it's
Yeah,
the other
but,
way.
but again, as you've called out, like nowadays, you just
you don't
lock
really need
it.
to. That's true. Yeah, yeah.
You
And
can
don't
lock
even
it
need
and
the
wipe it
phone
remote.
to steal their information. Yeah, they can,
Yeah,
you
like
can-
it's a lot simpler to help prepare and control.
yeah, you're right.
I don't want to
and
share.
that's one of the reasons I do like Google phones, like Android phones. Obviously, Google phone, Android, same phone. I don't
They
mean
all
the,
use
I don't mean
Android.
the Google Pixel thing,
No,
but
it's just the same operating system or
but-
style of.
because you can do that, you have all of that information condensed into one. I don't care if Google's looking at it or whatever.
oh yeah,
That's-
it's all there. Yeah,
but it's all condensed into one thing, so you can like if your phone gets stolen, your phone gets lost,
Yeah.
whatever, you can go to a computer, you can take your partner's phone and be like,
Yep.
okay, I got to change my passwords,
Right.
and, blah,
Yep.
and you can do that
quite easily.
quite easily. For
Yep.
I mean, it's unfortunate if somebody hacks into it, but
But at least there's options to.
at least there's
save
you're not having to do 100 different things
For
or
sure.
wait till you get home or
Mhm.
whatever. So
Yeah.
I do like that convenience.
Oh yeah, they're quite nice.
Well, that's what phones are now. If anything, they're all for our convenience, right?
Well,
That's
it's
what they're for.
convenient, but it's also even for things like authentication. Like I
Yeah.
know a good chunk of anything I do nowadays that is financial, or even with my corporation, I log in and beep beep beep. Yep, that's me.
Hey, was that you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or here's a verification.
yeah, here's my
Right,
number.
right.
Yeah, so
It's
that's
true. It
the
does
one-
help with a nice.
Yeah, it is
security
that
bump
sort
on
of
that, for sure. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's good.
But again, don't lose your phone because it's a pain in the ass
Yeah,
to
don't do
transition.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Thankfully, it hasn't happened to me, but a coworker lost his
Oh.
phone, and oh man, he was basically not online for 3 days.
Yeah.
Just because, it was hilarious.
it's amazing.
Yeah, he's like, well, now if you're ever late for a project and need to just have an excuse, lose your phone.
But again, the great thing is you get another phone, you just type in your Google Deets. Boom.
Well, yeah,
All your shit's
yeah,
there.
all the
Sure,
Google
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, the Google stuff was okay. It was more of our corporate double authentication and the
yes.
transition, and of course now in this day and age where everybody works remote, you call up help desk to try and get your new thing set up. We
Everyone's
need to
doing it.
verify that this is you. Okay,
Right.
how do we do that? Please hold. That was basically the response he
Oh my
got.
God, that's amazing. Unreal.
But yeah,
Uh,
like that's it. You basically, it's one of those things, and I know it comes up so often, and I've seen the odd person with a flip phone, but I will freely admit, as much as I say, hey, I don't care about upgrades and shit, I will also admit, I don't know if I can actually live without a cell phone.
I definitely couldn't.
Like the new concept of cell phones, like having this whole electronic package in my pocket.
Yeah,
I can do it.
I don't think I could. I'll be honest. I can take breaks. I can put it aside.
I think part of the reason you and I can't do it is because no disrespect,
Sure.
but we have families and children, right? Like.
Okay.
I will
families with children.
Sure, it's easier.
We have families with children.
I have families
So if
and
something
children.
bad happens to our children,
Yeah,
we need to know about it right away.
Lifeline. I get it.
Yeah, no. So I will admit there is that card, but I will.
But would
I
you have
also
ever done
admit
before cell phones?
even
what people do?
Oh God, I know. I love to
people
think
people
about.
probably died a hell of a lot more.
No, I don't think we did. I think it was things like, well, it's like the neighborhood watch. That's gone. Poof.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
There's still neighborhood watch
Nope.
areas. Yeah, there
Nope.
are. Yeah, there are.
They are gone.
No.
Look it
I
up.
was on, was it Wavell?
Just because there's signs in the fucking thing
behind the
from
thing.
1988 doesn't mean it's still a neighborhood watch.
area. There's no block parents.
That's true.
Well, that's what I mean. And like it's these
Neighborhood
things are
watch
all
and block parents
gone.
are two different things.
Yeah, but
Right.
though that style is
Everyone
gone
relies on a
because
cell phone.
like children, like both my children, by the time they were 12, had cell phones.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the days and like you called out, somebody called out about having them available. Yeah.
I will say this. It would be an adjustment, but I could get used to not having a cell phone again. But the caveat being, I don't know if I could if I could go through life without any portable electronics. You know what I mean? I'd still need music players. I'd still need ways to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the actual cell phone, like an actual smartphone, the actual whatever, I don't.
Walkmans are starting to come back.
They are, yeah, in a big way.
They're starting to be a thing.
People,
again.
you know what's crazy? This is nuts. People are going to like pawn shops and things like that, buying up old Walkmans or whatever, or finding them in their basements, and then going and selling them online for like thousands of dollars.
I need to get
Wild.
One of the dumbest things I ever purchased, somewhat related to cell phones, was the Sony mini disc player.
Oh yes, love
I
that
remember
thing.
those.
Fuck, I love those
Fucking
things.
want it.
I don't understand why that medium didn't become a thing. It was so much easier and more logical than a CD.
Yeah.
Well, and so I know at least in my case, because I will admit I somewhat jumped into that playground just as cell phones coming out. And again, I think I've called this out. As soon as I could get Google Music through my cell phone, I didn't need anything else.
You know, it's funny you say that too, because on every phone for God knows how long now, I've always had a running playlist on it that like I can listen to offline. Always. I have
with the Sony Walkman
right,
phones
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
Almost pretty much from
because
that
there was
day.
no downloading
No.
music. You had just put music on it like an MP3 player.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah. So, and I think it's been like adding on to that list since then for some reason. But when I subscribe to Spotify, then I don't really listen to.
Oh yeah, I don't
offline
remember the
music
last
anymore.
time I put an artist like. How do I say this? I don't remember the last time I put a famous artist's song on my phone, like transferred an MP3.
Oh,
or something
I
like
haven't.
that.
I know the last ones
I haven't
I
done
did.
that in forever.
I've done like
No.
songs I've recorded. I've done
And one I'm
like,
grateful
or
for
mixed for
because
other people.
I can't listen to it on Spotify for some reason. It's not available. 2 albums, Tools, Fear Inoculum. I ended up putting it on. That was what 3-4 years ago now. So
I think you can get that now.
yeah, I think
They're on
yeah.
Spotify
That's
now.
That's not a thing. But the other one was oddly enough, Nine Inch Nails' Hesitation Marks is not available on Spotify.
Yeah, they're weird about shit like that.
Yeah, they're weird about shit.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to have
If it's not like a
ability to
major
listen to it.
release, they might not.
I have to admit,
Yeah.
the only thing I've wanted to try to get with because I'm a Google Music guy and I love them. I've always been quite happy with them.
Sure.
The only thing I was never
love your
able to get
overseers.
was Prince, but then
Oh.
he passed away, and now I can get my Prince.
True. Good call. Yeah.
Yeah, because while he was alive,
Yep.
nobody was allowed to have
You're
his
right.
albums
That's
digital. Now everybody gets. It's not just a Googleism. Everybody
Right.
gets access. But it was one of those. Yeah,
It's true.
as sad as I was that he had passed, it was like 2 days later, and poof, Prince was available.
All of his music's available online. yeah.
Remember when there was that thing where it was like people thought Kanye West bought fucking Spotify and he was gonna take all the music off of it except for his.
Right.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be hilarious. I am a genius.
I'd almost have to give my head on.
Super Bowl commercial.
No.
Yeah.
So it was him riding in a vehicle doing like a selfie camera thing, right?
Yeah.
Saying that they spent so much money on the advertisement spot that they didn't have any more money to actually make a commercial. So go to my website and buy my shoes. And that was it.
I kind
And
of
that
give a
was
head
it.
nod. I kind of give a head nod.
Yeah, it's not the worst.
Yeah, I give a head nod because he's trying to play to a certain crowd of people.
Yeah.
Such a douche.
He is, but like everybody allowed him to be. You know what I mean? Like he's the way he is because everyone bought into his bullshit.
Yeah. Well,
Right, and now everyone wants to vilify him
bought
because
into
like
his bullshit. Just everybody bought his bullshit.
the guy's bipolar, right? The guy's got issues, but he's also a fucking genius maker of music. You can't deny the fact that he's made some unbelievable
he
music.
used to be.
No, but listen, just because it's not for you doesn't mean it's not for other people. You know what I mean? Like,
Did you listen to his last record?
did I listen?
Donda?
To it? No, I didn't listen to that.
Fucking
No,
terrible.
Okay, all right, wait.
I'm not a
Fair enough.
I'm not a hippity hop man.
I know,
by
I know.
any stretch of the imagination. But
I'm just
fucking-
saying.
it was fucking
There's
stupid.
certain people that are gonna say whatever. He's earned his spot in terms of like being a legitimate artist from his past.
The first track on the album was him saying his mom's name for 3.5 minutes in different intonations.
Right. Yeah.
Donda.
Art comes in many forms.
Donda.
Yeah.
Donda.
I don't know
Donda.
why anybody loves that.
Donda.
But like,
We're gonna get flagged now.
yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, Kanye's gonna
oh,
get us.
Kanye's gonna- no, we're gonna get Kanye'd. No, all I'm trying to say is, people were cool with it when he was making kick-ass music with whatever little crazy
I'm
shit.
trying to
that he was
remember of a Kanye West song that I actually enjoy, and I can't think of one right
doing. Gold Digger.
Oh, yes.
There you go,
Okay, sorry. You're right.
I like
There's-
one.
I rescind
like
that.
one Kanye West
I
song,
like albums.
and it's a Daft Punk song.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. Yeah. Harder, faster, stronger,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, I like a lot of Kanye. Like pretty much the Dropout records. I love all
I'll
of
have to
those.
go check it out. It's been a long time
Yeah.
since I've actually listened to
Oh,
Kanye.
fucking Through the Wire is one of my favorite songs. He also did. There was a really great song that he collaboration he did. Never Let You. Anyways,
I like Jay-Z.
Love Jay-Z for sure. But anyways,
No.
All right,
No.
right. You're Canadian. Yeah, I know.
If I ever meet
No.
Jay-Z, I'm totally fucking
Yeah.
saying this to him.
Say hey Jay-Z. Anyways, whatever. Kanye's
It was
crazy.
the big red Z, not the big red Z.
And I don't think Kanye's released a cell phone yet, so let's.
Hey, there's an
He
opportunity.
released some
Yeah.
silly little music player where you could separate all the tracks from music.
Oh, that's a
Some
cool
little-
idea.
So it was like this
It's
little
like separate the
round-
multi tracks.
Yeah,
Holy shit,
Just
that's a
like
fucking great idea.
little round pod thing, and it
Cool.
was like flesh colored.
Less cool.
All right, not cool anymore.
Maybe not the best color,
Can we
but
get our hands on such a thing?
Oh, I don't know, probably pretty pricey now. I think they were like $300 something to begin with.
Damn.
hot damn.
Okay.
You can do the same thing with apps on your phone.
Yeah, nowadays.
That's true. You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to admit, that's one of the things I do recall way back in the day. Like I was an appaholic, constantly trying to download,
man,
do
me
new
too.
things. Now,
I'm deleting
I'm-
more than I'm
yeah.
downloading. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
I don't even know if I have I probably have games that like bloatware games, that
Yeah.
games, but I don't think I have any games.
oh, I
or
will admit,
anything
I have
like
the odd
that.
games, little puzzle games, shit like that, but
I
not
don't even
like
think
the
I have
old.
that.
Yeah,
I have games on my phone, but I don't play them.
Yeah.
I don't play.
I do play
games
my
on
puzzles.
phone.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, sorry, I have Pokemon Go.
Okay.
I got
Yeah,
hooked into
can't
that
use the
for a
phone for
little
that.
bit.
Yeah.
I had
no,
fun with
didn't.
it, but then I just kind of yeah.
Yeah, it's
I played a bunch of fun games like the running games and the
Never did those ones personally.
it's
That
really
sounds
fun,
like
Subway
exercise.
Surfer.
Monopoly was fun for a minute.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
do that
The
one
new
either.
Monopoly Go one.
No, I didn't do
Slots were fun for a minute.
that. No, I didn't
Oh
do
yeah,
that
I'd sit
one
there
either.
for hours and just hit the button.
Oh, just like a regular slot machine.
Yeah, but I wasn't.
But you have to leave your home.
I didn't have to leave my home or spend any money.
Just giving them your information, which they probably already have.
Not even. You just got it through Google.
Right, exactly.
For me, it was always just little puzzle games. I loved puzzle games. I still
Yeah.
do. I will admit this. I'm
Puzzle
a big
games are
fan. Yep.
I don't know. I just I find myself trying to get a little bit further away from my phone these days. Just trying to.
Yeah, I'm actually okay with my phone. Like I will.
Oh, yeah.
I will admit. I like, and this is always the joke. I have had a phone for so long that I'll stand up to leave the house, and much like AJ was doing.
Yeah.
Where the fuck's my phone?
I know.
Where's my
yeah.
phone? Where's my
Yeah.
phone?
Yeah.
Where's my phone?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When I used to smoke, smokes and phone.
Yeah,
Smokes
for
and
sure.
phone.
you
Yeah.
gotta do the
They were
gut check.
always like on top of each other.
Hell
yeah.
Smokes and phone.
For sure.
Yep.
No, the only reason is like I like my phone, fine, all that stuff, but I am trying to do other things, and I find that it's can be a
Yeah.
distraction. So I'm trying to.
Oh, it's 100%. fucking stupid amount of a distraction.
Yeah. So I'm trying. I'm not saying I'm good at it. I'm just saying I'm
Yeah.
trying to not use it as much.
Yeah,
That's
I've personally been pretty good. The only time I will admit that I will, I guess I lie because I will check. If the light comes on, it does. I don't really do. Again, speaking of the old school days, way back when everybody had their own custom tones and everything for
Right.
phones.
I still do that.
Oh, I guess you do.
Yeah.
Me, my phone, the most volume it ever has is vibrate.
Mine too.
most people
Pretty
have
much.
that.
I'll that's a lie because when I'm out, and if I'm like other sounds and stuff, I won't feel it or hear it. So I'll turn it on. I'll turn I mean, again, Nikki babies.
Well, yeah, but I've personally found that even on a vibrate, I can feel it.
You have an older phone too.
Yeah, so it vibrates well.
They don't have indicator lights anymore. Like
mine
to get a
doesn't
message,
actually.
if I were to get a message or something, it doesn't have a light.
That. Yeah,
but yeah, the vibrate's not super, but 90% of the time,
it's vibrating.
Unless I leave the house.
So I created the greatest ringtone ever. That's why I have a ringtone on my phone. That's why.
Oh,
that's why. Have you heard my ringtone? You must have heard it.
I don't know either.
It's Transformers.
No, that's for when I get text messages.
Oh.
My ringtone when people call me is that bit in Saturday Night Live back in the 70s when Bill Murray's playing the
Star Wars.
Singing Star Wars. Yeah. It makes me happy. So happy when I hear it, and other people are happy when they hear it. So I was like, it's a good idea.
Well,
for a while, a few years ago, I had the Back to the Future sound.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever somebody would text me.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I have to admit, I never really got too much into the audio when it came to. I tried.
Yeah.
And, but in case when it was big, it was always, pay $250 and you can get this song.
Right.
That's why you had to use Zedge.
Yeah, I never got that deep personally. No, as soon as it was cost money, I don't know if I've shared this before. I'm a bit of a cheap ass.
Right. No, I don't think I've ever purchased an app.
I have purchased apps.
I purchased a couple apps.
I've purchased a couple.
I've ever paid money for an app.
I paid for South Park, one of their games, mobile games. Actually, two of them. I paid for some developing apps, things like that.
Nope.
Yep, I've done a couple of apps I paid for. Nowadays, I will admit that I just give Google the extra. I think it's almost $4,
and
you get their free apps, no ads, no anythings.
Oh,
yeah, it's quite nice. And again, the reason why I pay that $4, as I called out, I will admit I don't play, any Nintendos or things of this nature. I don't play a lot of games on my computer anymore.
Right.
But I'm on the bus or I'm sitting there chilling.
Dave's
I play games on my phone.
Where he calls all video games Nintendos.
Well, they are Nintendos. They're all your Nintendo-y thingies that you do. I'm not so much into those things.
Okay, boomer.
I know. Jesus, murder.
Hey, granddad.
What? I'm not into those Nintendo games.
The newspapers here,
that
granddad.
You guys talk about.
Yeah.
I'm not into it at all. And you guys play your Grandy game thing. Your Grand Killer or something, whatever it's called.
Steal your car.
You guys steal your car.
Steal a car.
Yes, and there's a big thing is just remember when you're stealing a car, don't hit other people walking on the sidewalks. That's cool.
You have to.
That's true.
That's part of it.
But definitely hire a lady of the night, and then leave her alone in the alley.
That's not cool. Don't do that.
What? Okay, don't do that. All right.
Get it on.
I was saying, wow, we really went.
You went like there's left, and then there's like
all around a couple times,
180 degrees.
Yeah. That's where I'm at right now.
Apparently. Stop getting you high.
That never happened. But one thing, mobile gaming is bigger than any gaming. Like
they have phones dedicated to fucking mobile gaming. They
right.
have like cooling fans,
the Rogues,
and like buttons on the it's like a fucking controller.
Yeah. It's crazy. Josh, shout out to my brother Josh, who honestly should have been here for this podcast with his knowledge of cell phones. It was
because he did it. I forgot about those days. Shit,
master. He's a master salesman, but
he could sell anything.
Fucking when I watched him sell cell phones to fucking blind people. It was amazing. It was great. Anyways, we're talking about cell phones.
The video games.
Right. He was talking about he wants to get one of the Rogue gaming phones because they're a big deal now. People like
I've seen them on like Unbox
gaming,
Therapy and shit,
which is very cool. So, and I think the market, like Sony and Microsoft, are trying to figure out a way to play against that, right? So that's why they allow you to stream gaming from your phone, things like that. But Yeah, it's kind of wild. Like, I honestly think we're going to start to see a decline of consoles being made because I think more and more people are just going to go to mobile gaming. And there'll be.
I still think we're a while away.
Yeah, I'm not saying we're that far. I'm not saying like
I don't think
tomorrow,
I think it will do what Sony's doing, and it'll coincide. It'll exist with the console, but I don't think anybody will ever want to. I don't think the majority of people will ever want to sit there and squint at a tiny screen to try and play a video game.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, no.
Have you ever tried to play Grand
Have
Theft
you
Auto
looked outside?
But it's
have you seen people?
It's a different
experience.
It's not fucking Candy Crush, dude.
No, but more and more people are mobile gaming. Yes, you're right.
And
People
mobile
doing
games are
console
meant
but
for mobile devices.
Yeah.
That's but the games that you're talking about aren't meant.
But
to
when
be
it
played
gets
on
to the
mobile
point when they
devices.
just start streaming games, you can
decks
just
and
cast to
things.
your TV from your phone, and you don't need it. Blah blah
Nah.
blah. That's
Nah.
it's,
Well,
it's. I think it's gonna happen.
Nah.
Yeah, the Steam Decks.
Steam Decks,
Nintendo-y thingies.
The Switch and the Switch 2's coming out, and then they've also got.
but that screen is like
No, but I think that's more
this big.
Yes, I do
versus
agree.
a screen this big.
And I think that's what it's going to be. Much like we were kind of joking already about how the old flip phones. You know, I don't want a phone that has all this blah in it. They sell those. I have a suspicion that even getting this style of phone. By the way, I'm holding up a classic. It's something.
Know what it
It's
is.
20
It's a
years.
phone,
I don't know
yeah.
how old it is.
Barely
When
works.
you get these styles, that's going to be considered an old person phone because the new ones might be the video game one. Because think of it this way: for your phone today, how often do you use this to call?
Right.
Or receive a call and actually answer it
Through the call service, not
somewhat
an actual,
frequently.
Pardon me.
Somewhat frequently.
Oh, really?
You might be one of the few, right?
The fact that my parents
Most people
have
use-
a home phone still, and they don't use cell phones.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So there's that. Calling to make appointments.
I do a lot of that online. I love it nowadays.
But I can't call my garage to take my car into the mechanic, I can't make that appointment online. Have to call.
Oh yeah.
Right. There's a lot of things that now you still have to call. You just.
I have to admit, and this is the
Just
case
do it.
where we
I
get to
think
look
less
at
and
you
less.
as the old
I
man.
haven't called to order food in
But-
fucking God knows how long.
But the other thing is too, you don't even now you don't even need to use a traditional call. You can use your data through certain apps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So-
mean, truly, those speak. And so
Yeah, sure.
how you get there,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not splitting the hair on
A lot of
that
people
one.
are texting now, so I guess that's an.
Well, that's just it.
aspect
Like
too,
for
right?
myself, like 90% of my conversation through a phone is text.
Yeah.
I don't even know how often I text.
Oh, yeah, I use
the
it.
text app anymore.
I use it forever.
Yeah, I use that pretty.
I use
yeah,
it for
frequently.
maybe 2 or 3 people. Everybody else I talk to through the Signal app or Messenger. Facebook
Well, yeah, and
Messenger.
so I keep those. To me, they're same, like different
Oh,
platforms.
I meant the actual texting app.
Okay, yeah. For
Yeah,
me,
I
when
don't
I
remember
say
last time
text, I mean any sort of
through.
chat. You know, you're not
Yeah.
speaking; you are typing, and they're
Yeah.
receiving.
Well, if
Like,
that's the
I
case,
guess
yeah.
I split the 3 up. Email, text, and messaging for some reason is all 3 in my brain.
email, I'll give a
Separate.
slight difference because even like that, the only time I use email now is at work. I can't think of actually any other time I really use email. I must admit.
I use
Not
email
yeah.
all the
I
fucking
use
time.
email to receive things from companies and shit like that. Like, you know,
Yeah.
things from like recording stuff or shit like that. But sending email, very rarely.
Yeah, I'm curious. I might go look at my historic sent through my Gmail and like, what have I actually sent to people?
My mom considers all of it email.
Yeah.
She'll be like, I
Fair.
emailed you, and be like, I didn't get it. It was like, on Facebook, I emailed you.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you messaged me.
Yeah.
Or a text. Yeah, I emailed your phone.
Yeah. I have to admit, well, actually, Facebook Messenger is a good example. I use it for basically, 3 groups, and that's it. Yep, I have 3 groups and no others. This lovely group, a friends group where we, hey, let's go play whatever, and then my mom's family group.
Nice.
So he has Gentleman's Society group, the Dutch Rudder group, and his mom's family group.
Yeah.
Dutch rudder, I like that.
Yeah. I communicate on all those things. I email weekly. But
Really?
it's mainly business. Well, yeah, with the film stuff and
Oh, okay. Well,
plus
yeah.
other things too. Right? It's usually business related.
Yeah,
Not like
if I include
I'm not
business,
sending you guys emails.
Yeah,
unless
yeah.
there's a
Business,
reason,
I still use emails quite a bit.
yeah,
Though
yeah.
even in a business world, like I'm working with 2 third-party organizations right now.
Yeah.
The only time we use emails, and we've even brought this joke up amongst ourselves, is if we need to have our managers included.
Gotcha.
Everything else, we message one another.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Mhm,
Same.
mhm, mhm,
Yeah.
mhm, mhm.
I use a lot of messaging apps though.
Oh yeah,
Mhm,
message.
for
I use. a
Yeah,
ton
you're
of.
balls deep into that crap.
Well, it's just because I have plenty of people that I talk to across all those platforms. Like, if I could, I'd get rid of Messenger, but I can't because so many people communicate on there. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people that I communicate with are on there. So it's like,
Now, which one do you consider Messenger?
Facebook's
Facebook
Messenger.
Messenger.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So I have to. Yeah, that one. I said,
MSN
yeah.
Messenger, Dave.
well, that's just it. Because
Yeah,
like,
I
are we
mean,
talking that one? What is
That
Messenger?
doesn't exist.
I
and
know
I don't
it
even know if they
doesn't.
can get an app for
Yeah.
that.
You can get an app for anything. It's kind of freaky sometimes.
For
So
sure.
do you use WhatsApp?
I do. I
For
do.
what?
Well, I was actually just using it to speak to a lady in Kenya.
Cool.
Can you be more specific?
Yeah, just project working on. So no, I can't be. But yeah, I was just using it the other day.
Fucking guy.
To be fair though, I haven't used it in a while. WeChat is the other app that I use fairly
I
frequently.
never got into any of these, I will admit.
And Signal.
personally.
Signal's my favorite. I like Signal a lot.
Why?
I don't know. It's just ease of use. Seems pretty secure.
Yeah, the most recent
My-
I've ever done is shit. What's that one called? Shit,
Also seems freer.
it popped out of my head. Starts with a D, I think.
My problem
You
with
say yours.
Signal
Yeah.
is the fact that it relies on data to work.
Okay.
Because sometimes they'll be trying to get a hold of you and it'll be more important than, hey, did you see this funny meme, or hey, did you see this funny thing? And I'll be need to get information or tell you something like that's actual somewhat important.
Huh.
And if you're not in an area that has, Wi-Fi or it's spotty or something, it sometimes takes you a while to get back to me, and that's frustrating.
Yeah.
Not on you. It's
Yeah.
frustrating on the fact that the app needs to work
Well,
that way.
when that happens, go old school. Just fucking send a carrier pigeon.
Yeah.
Don't fuck around.
I try that, but your dog eats them.
Yeah, he does. He's pretty good with those
He likes
things.
to hump them.
He does try to help.
Totally
someone
off that topic. I was
Okay.
trying to bring up Discord. That was
Oh,
it.
Discord. Yes, I do use Discord a lot.
That
We use-
goofy thing.
Yeah.
So that's the most recent thing I will admit
Yeah.
I've got, and I
I'm
will
on that.
also admit.
I'm on that every day.
So I
I don't
will
even
admit
know if I have that on my phone. I'm pretty sure I deleted it.
I have it on my phone still. I have it for 2 reasons. A, it is the best way to get the attention of the youngins in my household.
Yeah.
They won't respond to them. Text messages are even for old people,
Right,
Which I
right.
find fucking hilarious.
really?
Yep. For them, text like fuck
They
that.
don't. When they grow up, they're not even gonna have fucking.
Oh, they'll have it all
They
in their
won't have call
brain.
packages or whatever. Yeah, it'll all be
Yeah.
data
Yeah.
shit.
But either way, so Discord's how I get, and then I will admit, I have found the odd game. If you join their little Discord group, you get little freebie shit. So
Oh,
Yeah,
whoa, what?
yeah, my Rust game shit
Oh,
like that.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yes, I've heard of this too. Some of the games that I play. I should check that out.
Hey, if you join our
Right.
join our world and you join our little Discord environment,
it's an
then you'll
incentive.
get this for free. And
Yeah.
it's like, all right, fuck it.
Borderlands was doing that
Yeah.
at one point. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
have to.
for sure.
And again, it's no spamming or even the do
No.
spam. The nice thing about Discord is you can mute an entire channel.
For sure. And it's fun to be a part of those little communities. Sometimes it can be overwhelming depending on what channel you're on, but little groups.
I will admit though,
talking.
when I say I join these, I do the join mute. I never actually
Yeah, I
contribute
don't
or
know,
participate.
whatever.
I have tried to we have the London ones.
yeah.
I've tried to join a few of them, but we're
That's
Londoners.
not true. I've
Dear
joined
Lord.
in on the Kill Tony chat a couple times. Yeah,
Is he
there's
dead
been-
yet?
No, not yet.
Hmm.
No, no, not yet.
It's an inefficient chat then.
It is.
Oh
It
my
is.
word!
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
Discord's a pretty fun.
I have to admit, so
fun romp.
while I have joined it, do I truly participate and have discussions through Discord? Yeah, no.
I didn't even know how to look at stuff or participate on it when I just couldn't figure it out.
It's okay,
I
boomer.
just couldn't figure it out.
It's okay.
Couldn't
Don't
figure
worry,
it
one
out.
day you won't be here. You won't have to worry about it.
Ouch! Wow!
You know, some people just don't know when they're not wanted.
Fucking guy.
So anyway, not feeling well. I'm kidding. Yeah, no, I mean, I Discord, I guess, I think, yeah, it was a little bit intimidating when I first played with it, but then you just fuck around.
The one thing I give a
no
head on, as
issues.
much as I just knocked and say I don't actually communicate, but that's
Yeah.
more a meism as
Sure.
well. Like you give me any platform, I don't talk off times in that perspective.
Yeah.
But one thing I also like about it is that if you don't like a group, all right, then you exit the group.
Yeah. Just walk away.
If you want to go join something, join it.
Join it. Yeah.
Yeah, there are some groups where you
That's
you have
just
to be
like
approved
Facebook.
shit like
Yeah.
this, but no, it is similar. It is very similar. Yes. No, I'm not knocking it.
But
it's quite
it's
similar.
I don't know.
It's
is-
more focused, more channel based,
Yeah.
shit of that nature.
for sure. Yeah. It's not like you're gonna get. You don't have like a main feed of all your shit.
Yeah.
There's no posting
Why
wall or
can't
whatever
they
you call
just
it.
bring MySpace back?
It is back.
Well, I mean, it didn't go anywhere.
No, we need to bring
That's right.
ICQ back
Yeah, I keep it.
But why can't it just be MySpace the
or
way
IRC.
it
Let us
was
all get back
before?
into IRC.
By the way, MySpace is not a sponsor, but if they want to, I guess they can do that.
Oh, when was the last time I even attempted IRC?
I don't even know. Is it even? Is
I
there
don't
even
know
a
if it
server
You can
running
do
on it?
that.
Pardon?
I don't even know if you can do that anymore.
I'll have to
IRC?
check this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check. Just
I
so
bet
that
you can.
I have honestly have no clue.
You know,
Like,
I
I look
want
at it
to
this way.
download MSN and see if I can log into my old account.
No, see anything corporate ridden like that, driven, corporate driven of that nature. I
ridden-
understand them gone.
Ridden
But the
kinda
nice thing
fits
about
too.
like
Oh, I was
IRC,
just about to I was just about to go to my phone
No.
and fucking Google it
No.
to see if it was still existed, but it can't.
No,
'cause
no,
that's
no.
a rule.
That's a rule.
that is the rule.
Oh, follow the rules.
At any rate, but yeah, I have to admit, maybe tonight I'll go do a little giggle. Does IRC even exist?
I feel like was it you and I fucking around with that a few years back? Was it someone else that was fucking around with it? But I feel it was only like maybe 5 or 9 years back. I don't know. Where I saw someone using an
Only.
IRC screen.
But you know what's
So-
funny? What I love about his description, as an old man, and I understand this. I'm
okay.
making fun with you.
All right.
Yeah, 5 or 9, but really, we talked about this 19 years ago.
Right? Yeah. Well, listen. It's not a sign of our age that time is the way it is these days. It's fucked. Everything's fucked. Everything's like things are
Everyone's
crazy
fucked and you don't
different.
even know.
Time doesn't work that way, man.
Well, culture and history does, man.
Time doesn't
Time
work
is
that
all
way.
just perception.
It's all
Time's just
perception.
relative, man.
Yeah, man. Is time even here?
Have some shrooms and you won't even know what time is.
Yeah.
You are time.
Yeah. I'm Father Time.
No, not you, but you.
Oh, you,
the
but you.
proverbial you.
Oh, you.
You are time, man.
Our listeners are time. Okay.
If they subscribe. If they don't
Subscribe.
subscribe, then I'm afraid, no, you're not part of time.
No, you cannot be. You cannot be involved.
You can't be involved in time if you don't subscribe.
And if you donate and help contribute to our podcast,
You can be all of time.
yeah.
You can contribute to time.
You can be all of the time.
all the time. You can be
That surprises me.
strawberry time. You can be.
The fact that we have something that we can readily access information with in our pockets,
We're still so stupid.
it has led the world to become dumber.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like you can access books and information,
But
and not even Wikipedia. You can access like actual encyclopedia information.
Yep.
And blah blah blah, all that kind of crap. You have a fucking calculator in your pocket, and somebody still asks you what 4 times 3 is, and you have
12.
to fucking do it in the air.
Yeah.
So what I still, and much like what you just said, though, to me, it's actually a great demonstration of just us humans in that sense of we have all these things where we can get information and we can just see it all, investigate all. And of course, as humans, what do? We start plopping in our perception on that information, thus muddying everything.
Yeah, that's why Wikipedia is garbage for things that are important.
Well,
Yeah.
no, a lot of things are.
Like when it comes to like researching things about like movies or
Oh, God, yeah.
actors or something like that, then it's like, oh, okay,
No.
yeah, I'll get it.
Anything, as soon as it
Historical
becomes any
relevance.
form of opinion or perceptive,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like anything, to be honest,
Unless it's fact, like if we were to research cell phones
Oh,
or something like
even-
that might be.
But
a
even
different
then,
research.
yeah, like what Dave's
But
going
there's
on about.
there's
like,
even certain things on Wikipedia that you can't edit.
yeah,
Right? They'll
for
take
sure.
it from an encyclopedia, put it in that page, and
Oh,
then
really?
make
I
it,
thought you could edit anything.
no.
it has to be approved by the
There's
person
certain- yeah.
responsible for that.
Now, if it comes to things like, say, you wanted to do a Wikipedia page on the Gentleman Society of Podcasting, you could do that,
Mm-hmm.
but somebody could go in there and edit and
I
fuck
mean-
around with it.
Not
Yeah.
me, I couldn't, but someone else. If you went out there listening, want to do that.
Why don't you want to do
No,
that?
I don't think nowadays you can do quite that same. They've put more locks.
Is
into-
there more?
I believe.
Yeah.
I'm not a Wikipedia expert, but my understanding, because they were trying to actually make it a little bit better. Because again, It is a shared, multiple people providing, and what happens when you get multiple people in a room and one or two disagree?
Idiocy.
We're all dumbasses in the end.
Yeah,
So.
I think
shenanigans.
I
There
think
you go,
it
better
makes
description.
sense. It's everything in life's a trade-off, and so you bring something in that gives you all the information in the world, it brings sheer convenience to you, provides all these wonderful opportunities. Well, guess what? Now you don't have to focus on being smart.
But did people
because you have this smart thing?
Did people get stupider when book museums became a thing?
When which?
Book museums.
What's a book
He's
museum?
talking about libraries.
Oh.
No. Here's the thing. Using a library and a cell phone are two very different things. A library, you have to actively go there, find what you want. Then you still have to read said thing. And
But I
then
have to do
decipher
that on my phone, too.
No, you don't. You do that.
I have to, listen, Linda, listen.
I have a different.
I have to. I have
Listen,
to
Carla. Carla.
I have to go. I have to go on the Google, and I have to ask the right question.
That's true.
To get the right.
Not
answer.
really. Sometimes you could put in house, dog, gum,
No,
and then it comes up. Oh yeah,
no,
that's
no,
what
no.
you want.
But that
I'm making a valid point, sir.
I actually
Just like at a library, you have to research properly. If you wanted to learn about eggs, you wouldn't go pick up green eggs and ham.
I believe
is
the
this
two of you are actually
conversation?
arguing at the wrong level,
I
the
think
wrong
so.
perspective.
Yeah.
It's less about the how you operate in this world. It's more about how you get the information into it.
Yeah.
How do you get your perspective into a library? You
write
write a book. You get to find a publisher. You
Yeah.
publish it. You
Yeah.
publish it to the level the library will actually take it on.
Yeah.
All these steps
you write it on a
to
piece
help
of paper
make it.
and
takes
sandwich
years.
it in
Listen,
the popular book.
But that helps make it something that goes through many levels.
Yeah.
How do you publish something on the internet?
We're gonna publish something tomorrow.
Exactly. So that
Literally.
to me is actually, again, it's like
a good
everything in our lovely fucking humanity. There's a lot of good in it because there's good in that sense that you can express, share,
Yeah.
and contribute to everyone around you.
Yeah.
It's a lot of bad in it because you can express, share, and contribute to
Right.
everyone around
No,
you.
you're right because
but
there
hold
was a gatekeeper, right?
But
Like you have
Exactly.
people will say, well, no, we can't publish this because of X,
Well,
Y, and Z.
but
But now
there's certain
anybody can
things-
publish whatever they want.
But
right?
there's certain things that shouldn't have been published.
Oh, yeah.
I can find Mein Kampf in the fucking library.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't mean
But
it
who's
should be
this-
there.
I mean,
And now you get to that lovely perception.
See,
but you
then,
take
yeah.
that one, and I shouldn't say one, you take those. I agree with you. There is definitely the discussion that should occur around these availabilities. And now you get to this place where anybody can throw stuff into the pot,
right?
and there's no way to manage it.
Yeah,
That's all gone.
yeah.
And so now people, again, we're all human. What is it we go search for? What is it we want to read?
Porn.
No. Well, sorry. Porn. After porn, what is it we want?
Sleep.
No, we want the things we agree with. We want to find the things
Yeah,
out
the
there
things that make us
where
feel good.
somebody else who's very, very educated. Oh my God,
don't
what they
even-
say is exactly
Don't
what
even,
I agree
galvanize.
with.
don't even
Yeah.
get me started on that.
Yeah,
bubble.
but that's what we
Fuck.
do as humans.
It's true. Yeah, find your bubble and stick in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't get a fucking bubble because it's danger, scary, new, different. Fuck this noise.
Toxic bubbles.
Yeah.
Toxic bubbles full of
90% of the time it's
toxic cum.
perception and shit.
What?
Thanks,
gonna sip-
pocket computers.
Yeah. It's not humanity's problem. It's already there taking over the world.
taking over. Phones are the problem. Yeah, yeah.
But again, there's also,
Thanks for
again,
listening to us on your phone.
yeah, it all changes. Fuck.
Yeah, listen to it on your computer at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they've made things. The more things we've made things easier.
Not they, we. We
but
do it to ourselves.
at the
We
consequence
always
to
do.
the fact that we're going to
We
become
do it to ourselves.
dumber in the prospect of it all.
Yeah.
It's like anything, like with changing.
What was that? I
One
think we
thing
even
to
brought
the
the
other.
one movie up the once. The
Idiocracy.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I read a really funny thing
hard
the
to
other day.
Or Wally.
Well, it was that one just makes me cry. We won't talk about Wally.
Uh,
But yeah, I learned a funny thing about the Idiocracy. They have the shit. What's that funny shoe type? Crocs.
Crocs, yeah.
And you use Crocs in it because it was really, really cheap.
Mhm.
Right.
But now it's super.
Stupid expensive. That's how fucking
And
dumb we are.
everybody's wearing them.
Everyone
I
wears
have to
them.
admit, I can't knock them because I've never actually tried them on.
I can. They look stupid.
I don't care
They
about
look
look.
and feel stupid.
Okay,
Yeah.
to me, it's more with the feel. If they
Yeah.
felt super comfortable, I don't give a flying fuck how stupid I look.
I
haven't
can't.
tried them on, so I can't speak to it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, personally, they're expensive now.
No bueno.
No, I'm good.
Yeah,
I don't need them.
that's-
I don't need them. But you go on there and live your best
If
croc
somebody
life.
wishes to donate
You
a set
realize
of
now-
10.5 Crocs, I really don't care about the color. I'm one of those type of jerks.
You realize now that
Crocs will not be a sponsor, I'd figure that. for sure.
We're gonna open up our phones and we're gonna get fucking Crocs ads up the
Oh,
wing.
probably.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, Google, please demonstrate and show
Shut
AJ.
up, Dave.
Sure.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
All right.
Jesus Christ Almighty,
Are
man.
you on your phone? What are you doing?
I'm telling you, if you ever want
I'm
to have
making
fun,
it so Google won't actually do something.
if you ever want to have fun when you're in a public space, this is what.
What the fuck? See you in the talking.
My
Why?
Google phone just decided to
Plays
play me
that.
some music.
Not only did his Google phone just decide to play him some music, it played Scientology music.
He did play Scientology music. Sees what he's been looking up, eh? Been looking up Scientology.
Yeah, I've never really
again.
actually done any of that.
Shows you
shit.
who's listening.
I have
Shit,
to
have
admit,
some
I'm one
fun.
of those annoying. I have noology, which of course is an ology.
That is
but-
an ology. Yeah, that's right.
All right, I got nothing more.
Musicology. That was a good
True.
Prince
That was a
record.
great record.
Mm.
I mean, what Prince record wasn't great? Anyways,
That was the Prince record that made me appreciate Prince, though.
that was the Prince record.
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird.
It's because it wasn't all like R&B, poppy type shit. It was like funk.
Yeah, a lot of
Funk
funk in
with
it.
the
It was hardcore funk.
Now I was hooked on Prince since like Purple Rain. I fucking love that
I will admit, Purple Rain
Yeah.
got me.
for sure.
You know what's
Best.
funny though? I don't think I've ever actually seen the movie.
Oh, I have seen the
it's
movie.
terrible.
It's horrible. Yeah,
I've seen the
You wanna
music
see-
videos, and
you
I
wanna
love
see
the
an even
music, but
worse version of Purple Rain?
Hmm.
Watch Cool as Ice with Vanilla Ice.
Oh fuck!
It's just Purple Rain, but really bad.
and really white.
Really bad. Oh my god, it's bad.
Yeah, I remember seeing it on like City TV as a kid.
90s
What is
Purple Rain.
this? Oh,
yeah, no, I will admit, I don't think I've ever actually watched the movie.
next room trip.
Love the
make sure to
album.
Watch it.
Purple Rain.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Purple Rain on shrooms.
Man,
Probably makes it way better.
the fact that it started raining at the Super Bowl when he fucking started
that
playing
was
Purple Rain,
amazing.
and then he busted into Best of You by the Foo
That was
Fighters.
amazing. That was amazing.
Beautiful. That what I would have to say was like top one.
Nice.
Yeah, it's in my top 3
Top-
favorite Super Bowl
Yeah.
shows. Yeah,
Nice.
it was amazing. But now we're not talking about cell phones. Are we
No.
done talking about cell phones?
I think
I'm
we're
good, I'm
I think
done.
we're trailing off to
Yeah,
other avenues.
We've
of
covered off
discussion.
the phones that sell.
We haven't even
your
talked
eyes.
about like foldable phones of today and shit, but whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
Can't do them. Here's my
Yeah,
opinion.
you can.
Can't do them. No.
You did them in the past.
Yeah, but it didn't have a screen
Ah,
that had a
here's-
big foldy line in the middle.
Okay, boomer.
You know you're older than me, right, Cheech?
I know. Why are you talking like you're older than me?
Okay, boomer. Okay, boomer. Sorry,
You know what I really love though is we know we're all getting old when that starts to be our play back at
know,
each other. You're getting old. Back when we were teenagers,
I know.
I am getting old. I'm responsible.
I was
You
right.
won't understand.
I'm gonna
this.
be 20 soon.
That's right. And now we're like, oh, you're so old.
Shut up.
Shut up, old man.
I'm 29 plus 15.
That's right. I love it. All right, well, let's wrap this up, shall we?
All right.
And you out there, what are your thoughts on cell phones? Do you remember the ones we talked about? How's your history? Is it like ours? Or are you a fan of the brand that none of us talked about? Apple iPhones. We want to hear from you. So let us know your thoughts on our talk about cell phones.
On our phones.
Yeah, on our phones. In your phones.
Give us a call.
Give us a call. Yeah, you can find
Number
us.
is 519-555-5545.
Yeah. Or you can find us on Discord, or you can find us in the comment section, or you can find us on
No, you
Twitter
can find
X.
Chris on Discord.
Dave too. Dave's there.
Maybe
too.
Dave.
I am
Dave's there
there.
too. Yeah,
I
yeah.
will admit I am on
AJ's
the-
not there, but what you could do? Go to our comment section, explain to AJ how to use
Yeah.
how to use
Explain-
it, how to use
explain to me
Discord,
how
so
to
he
use
can join us on
Discord.
Discord. Okay.
And then take that information and send it to me on MSN Messenger.
That's right. Copy and paste it over to ICQ. Yeah. And
Throw it
yeah.
up on the BBS.
Find us anywhere. Just Google us if you want to know more, and keep the conversation going with us. And if you like what we're doing, we
If
got
you're gonna
ourselves a little
Google
buy
me,
me.
don't tell my wife.
All right, okay. We got ourselves a little buy me a coffee link. You can throw us a few bucks there and make our days happy and all that good stuff. And if you're not feeling well in the mental department, we want you to know that you matter, not just to us, but those who are around you. So if you can't find anyone around you to talk to about the stuff that's going on inside your head, because it's important to do so, we're gonna have some links for you to find the help that you might need. But until next time, I've been Harvey.
I'm to Dave.
And I'm the guy who thinks that cellular technology was given to us by our alien friends.
Nice. From their spaceships.
Yeah, well, it's spaceship technology.
Yeah, of course. This makes
Yeah.
sense. That's how they communicated in space, through cellular.
Yeah, that's what Bob Lazar told me anyway.
Told you specifically?
Yeah.
That was amazing. I'm surprised you didn't start off with like, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Those were great commercials.
Can you hear me now?
I don't know what you're talking about.
And that's been AJ. Just like that, you got yourself sarcastically distracted. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. Peace.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, Dave. Dave, that's your line. Dave, that's your line. That's your line, Dave. You always say bye before I do, Dave. That's your line.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. And then I say, bye now.
It's a rare condition this day and age